going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking on the WWE Mattel Ultimate Edition Ringside Collectibles exclusive Steiner Brothers. If you are interested in grabbing these figures, they are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. You guys shop there. Use promo code FORLIFE to save 10% off your order at checkout. Kind of crazy. I'm excited for these figures, but it's like, it's about time kind of moment. I feel like we've had the Steiner signed with Mattel for quite a while now. Did we find out around WrestleMania 39 time? A little before, because when we toured the Mattel Design Center, they had some renders of a Scott Steiner figure. So they've been signed for a while. I feel like we've been waiting for these figures. I mean, they wanted to perfect them, so I feel like they kind of waited a little bit to give us our perfect version of the classic Steiner Brothers tag team. My order actually got delayed. I feel like this shipped about a week ago, almost. USPS, sorry. I don't know if they're just slow because of the holiday season, but it has taken forever for a lot of my figures to get here. So we're probably a little late to the party here, but I'm going to give you my in-depth review of these Steiner Brother figures. And like I said, we've gotten singles versions of Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner from their WCW singles runs, but this is the version we wanted. And like I said, it just feels like it's about time they're here. I don't know. Not the excitement isn't there. It's just kind of like, man, where have they been this whole time? But here we go. We're going to go into it. We got the Steiner Brothers. It comes with a slip box here. You'll see the Steiners down the middle with Rick and Scott. Mattel logo, Ringside Collectibles exclusive logo here at the bottom. On the top, you'll have your Ultimate Edition logo. Same on the other side. Flipping all the way around, you have the Steiner Brothers logo here. On the back, just a WWE logo. And if you guys can't see, there is a slip here. So we'll just pop that open. Inside, we'll have your Steiner Brothers in their Ultimate Edition boxes. So here we go. The Steiners are finally here. We have them in Ultimate Edition form. There's definitely still many versions I'd love to see, especially even with an NWO version of Scott Steiner. But now Rick and Scott here, they all come with 3 interchangeable heads. They're classic jackets, the interchangeable hands. These just look so damn good. So your box is your standard white outlay here, kind of like the mainline release of the Ultimate Edition boxes. You'll see the Ultimate Edition logo on both on the bottom. Up top, they both say Steiner. You'll see the Scott Steiner nameplate and Rick Steiner on the side. Same on the one side, you'll see the nameplates of each wrestler. On the back, the images of Rick and Scotty. At the back, the awesome figure photography. You get some stats if you guys want to take a look at Scott. So read up, you can pause and do so now. And the same for Rick. Let's come back. We're going to crack these figures out of the packaging. We're going to look at the little Easter eggs on the top and bottom of the box and go full on in depth. On the top of Scott Steiner's box, it says the Steiner Brothers. And on the bottom, it says Frankensteiner. For Rick, it says the Dog Face Gremlin. And on the bottom, it says Steiner Line. All right, and starting us off, we're taking a look at Scott Steiner out of the packaging. So let's look at all the accessories that are included with your Ultimate Edition figure. So you'll get a set of the grappling hands here. You also do get a set of fisted hands. The figure does come with a set of mic open holding hands. You do get 3 total interchangeable heads here. I will try to zoom in and get a better look at all of these for you. So you got a screaming skin here. Then you got more of a smiling skin. I will say, look at the eyes. The way the paint applications on this one, they look a lot lighter. This kind of looks like Kurt Angle with a mullet to me, but you can see the screaming skin, the smiling skin, and then the figure itself does have a more straight face skin. I think this is probably my favorite one, the one that comes on the figure. I would say I like the screaming skin a little bit, or the smiling one, but again, like, I have to check out some other reviews because those eyes just don't match up. Look how brown they are on the other 2 head sculpts. But if you guys want to look at the sculpting of the actual hair, got the nice dark black mullet. Same with this one here on the figure. Additionally, if you guys can see, he does come with the Michigan jacket. Of course, the M is not on there. And this jacket, this is the big selling point. A lot of the Mattel guys are pointing out. It is different than the jacket that comes with Rick. And I'm going to cheat and bring him in real quick. You can see the differences. Look at how the yellows are a different color. You can see how the navy blue kind of like cuts off here, and this one kind of rides all the way to the top. The jackets do feel pretty premium, I will say. This is like a nice soft, like velvety feel, but I always worry about this type of material on soft goods. I don't know how that's going to hold up over time, but we'll get to Rick on the next part of the review. But take a look around the jacket. You'll see the little yellow stripes here for like the pockets, even the stripes around the collar up top here. And you can see that same kind of like blue velvety material going through it. Now the question is, how easy is it to get on and off. I will say the jacket wasn't hard to get on, but be careful. I always pop the arms off, or the hands off, sorry, just to be safe. I feel like this one has a little bit of some extra fabric here. It was a little annoying, but you can see when you pull it, you see how the fabric kind of stretches a little bit. And like I said, I just don't know how that's going to hold up over time. I guess if you don't really play with it a lot, but I had like a Defining Moments Shawn Michaels figure, and that coat went over time, and I just had him sitting there on display. I had another HBK like entrance gear, same thing over time, so just be careful. They may just kind of, you know, lose a little bit of their elasticity over time, but take a look at the figure, the beautiful singlet. So he does have this nice big torso. I think this is a brand new sculpt because he has a very unique body. You can see the big pecs here, the abs kind of breaking out through, but still kind of a nice tapered waist. You just have these large, massive arms here. That looks so damn good. You'll see the same sculpted arms that we did get with the Elite Scott Steiner when he came out. You do have these big biceps that are just kind of bulging out. Looks awesome. Let's zoom in and get a better close-up of the singlet, because I do love the red with the blue and the yellow. The split colors look really sick, man. Again, you can see kind of how the singlet continues on the bottom here. The nice split color, very clean on mine. He does have a set of blue knee pads. He has some white boots with the red laces. There's a brown, kind of like a reddish brown. The black soles on the bottom. This looks like the new boot articulation as well. Take a look at the back of the figure. Really nice and clean. I do love the proportions of this figure. Actually, like I said, fits him really good. If you guys want to swap some heads, let's go ahead and do it. So let's throw on that Kurt Angle looking head. I can't unsee it now. I don't know, man. I think my eyes are misprinted. This just doesn't look right to me. Right? I don't know. But that head's okay. I just can't get Kurt Angle out of my mind now. Let's try the Screaming scan. A little bit of a tighter fit, but looks pretty good. On the figure body, I'll say that's probably my number 2 head. I think I'm going to go with the kind of straight face scan for my display. But I really do like how this figure came out. You want to go through some quick articulation. The head will rotate. It probably will go around, but the hair will kind of get in the way. It doesn't really look up too much. Down about that much. Doesn't feel loose. Feels nice and snug in there. You get the diaphragm joint. You get the waist swivel. You get the beautiful butterfly joints up here. There's a bicep cut. Double jointed pinless arms. The hands do rotate and hinge. You do have the drop down hips, so he kicks up about that much. He does the splits pretty good. Man, those drop down hips, every time that happens, just makes me so nervous. I feel like maybe it's time we just abandon that, because I don't know how many people are really using it. Thigh cut, double jointed legs. Looks like they're pinned because they are pinless. Sorry, it is a little stiff at the top. Boot cut's okay. Hinge up and down a little bit, but they do rock side to side with this beautiful new articulation. You do also have toe articulation. The other leg, same thing, a little stiff on the upper part of the leg, but this figure is really, really nice. So moving on to Rick Steiner, taking a look at his accessories. Just like Scotty, you get a set of grappling hands. You will see he does have the finger tape on this set of hands for Rick. He also does come with the same fisted hands that Scott Steiner did, and the same mic open holding hand. So same accessories hands-wise on these figures. You also do get 3 heads for Rick Steiner. Let's see if I could get a quick close-up so you get a better look. You get this like gritting teeth scan, which I love, absolutely love it. You get the straight face scan here for Rick Steiner. It's a decent like this, but not the one I would go with. Or you get the barking scan. This looks freaking sick, man. I don't know. This is going to be tough to pick what I display. I'm leaning towards the gritting teeth. Or the barking, and then the plain one, like I said, he just always seemed to have like this expressive face to me. And I'll be honest, the Steiners, I don't really remember them from their WWF days. I was kind of young. I grew up watching them in WCW, and I really loved Rick Steiner. He was my favorite. Anytime he'd bite someone or try to pee on them like a dog, it was just, just kind of crazy. We have a Mattel Ultimate figure of him. One thing I do want to point out, all these figures do have that wrestling headpiece, and it looks like you can strap them in. I don't know how well they're going to stay, but you can strap it in underneath his chin. I guess it's technically supposed to go around his chin. This one is molded here, looks like. So I do like they gave you the option. And this one, I don't think ports in. This just stays open. So I don't see a hole here like this one. But you definitely have some options to play with. Great head sculpts, without a doubt, for Rick. So we did take a look at the jacket earlier. You can see how it fits on him. And the same way, we're going to remove it. I'm going to pop off these hands. And we'll take a look at his attire underneath. These Steiners are just so damn toyetic. Like I said, it's not that I'm excited for these. I just feel like the process of getting here took a long time, and I'm sure it seems like they're worth the wait. But man, it's just like, I thought by now we would have had some more like WCW run elites. So it's kind of cool that we're getting the Ultimates right now here from Ringside Collectibles. They've had some banger exclusives as of late, but you can see again the singlet here underneath. We'll zoom in. Looks really nice here. You can see how this nice pink and black really do pop around here. It does have the chest hair. I feel like that always adds something to these Mattel figures. Always with the chest hair looks really nice. You can see the tattoo of the dog face gremlin here on the shoulder. More tattoo detail on the other side. Again, moving down, you can see the singlet. The black knee pads. I love that he's got two boots here. So he's got the taller boots on one side and the shorter one on the other. Looks really, really nice. You'll see like the silver laces on here. Again, new foot articulation on these is pretty awesome. Let's pop some heads while we're at it, I guess. So we have the straight face scan. Always want to be careful of these because I feel like these painted torsos sometimes have a tendency to chip. Or lately I've noticed a lot of Mattel figures, once you swap them, the peg gets freaking loose, which has been really annoying. Let's unbuckle the strap here and throw it on Rick. So here's that screaming scan, or the dog barking scan, I'm going to call it. I really like the way that looks. I love the beard here, kind of like the 5 o'clock shadow going around. Looks really, really nice. And if you guys do want to pop it off and go with a gritting teeth scan, this is probably what I'm gonna say is what I use for my display. Man, this is a little tight to get in there. Let's see if we can zoom out for you guys. Definitely don't have it in on the peg. Oh my god, that took a little muscle, but it's in there. You guys can't see, and this looks really great. I think without a doubt this is the head that I'm probably going to be displaying him with. But if you guys want to go through some quick articulation, the head will fully work. This is a little stiff on there, man. Be careful with this head. You got the diaphragm joint. The waist swivel is pretty good. Butterfly joint. You got the bicep cut. The arms do also go in and out. You got the double jointed pinless elbows. Hands do rotate and hinge. The articulation with the drop down hips, a little stiff. They kind of have a little bit of that bounce back on mine anyways. Does the splits pretty good. You do have the thigh cut as well, the double jointed pinless legs as well. It is also tight on the top, just like Scott's. He does have shin cut here. You'll see it is painted on here. Not the cleanest on mine. You can see the difference of the skin tone, a little bit of chipping action on mine. So that's where this one's going to cut. It is technically a shorter boot, but it does have a longer, the same kind of like length mold here as far as the articulation. I do appreciate they added that. The foot does go up and down, do have the toe articulation, and also does rock side to side. For this one, again, the boot cut up here does also go down. Also got the ankle rotation. So articulation is pretty good on this figure, and it's so damn toyetic, especially like this. 2 different size boots, the pink singlet, and I love these head sculpts. So before we get to comparisons, I wanted to pair both Steiner brothers next to each other. You can see how much taller Scotty is versus Rick, and how nicely they pair together. But we have seen an Elite figure released for each prior in the Mattel line. So here we have the other Elite Rick Steiner compared with the Ultimate Edition. We also do have Big Papa Pump here, and you can see how much smaller he is versus the Ultimate. Again, does have the same kind of arm size mold here that was uniquely designed for him. But let's bring them in here. We'll remove their the headpieces for Rick Steiner, and you can see how the earlier run looks versus the later run with the spiky hair here for the dog face gremlin. And if you guys do want to compare the head sculpts for Scott Steiner, we will remove the chainmail and the glasses, and you can see how they kind of pair up. At least these straight face scans, these are probably the similar ones, but both look really nice. Looking forward to more Scott Steiner figures from Mattel in the future. Here are our Ultimate Steiners next to the heir apparent to the Steiner brothers family. We have Braun Breaker, the son of Rick Steiner, compared with the Ultimate Edition figures here. And checking how the Steiners compare with some other legendary tag teams, we have the Elite Legion of Doom versus the brand new Ultimate Edition Steiners. This set of LOD is my biggest one in Ultimate Edition form. I think it'll happen one day. I think we're getting closer than we've probably ever been, just with the new regime of WWE. But how sick would it be to get the Legion of Doom with 3 interchangeable heads, the interchangeable hands, and all the different pads and championship belts to really plus them up, to go with like the Steiner Brothers or even Demolition? Well, we mentioned him, so let's bring him in. How about the Steiners versus the Trio of Demolition? Again, another set of figures I would love to see Mattel tackle in Ultimate Edition form. And lastly, for my WCW fans, let's bring in the Monday Night Wars Elite Chase Harlem Heat versus the Steiner brothers. Again, I was a huge WCW fan. Really grew up watching the Steiners there and their evolution to their singles run. But here they are versus the Harlem Heat. And I have one more quick comparison for you guys. So here we have the Steiner brothers versus the most recent Ringside Collectibles Tag Team exclusive. We have the Outsiders. Both a great set of figures. It's unbelievable that these have come out back to back. If you guys have enjoyed this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all you guys who have smashed that subscribe button. It helps my channel grow and continues to allow me to create more great content for you guys. Let me know all your thoughts on this brand new Ringside Collectibles exclusive Steiner Brothers set. Will you be picking up? Will you be passing? Are you waiting for other versions of the Steiners? I want to hear all of that down below. And while you're please turn on those notification bells. Stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my YouTube channel. So let's get into it. My personal take on these brand new Steiner Brother Ultimate Edition figures. They are pretty much everything you'd expect or want in your dream figures for the early run Steiners. You get all the interchangeable heads, which do look great, minus that one. I did look at some other video reviews, and it looks like the one that looks like Kurt Angle has maybe some QC issues with the eyes, because the other versions I saw did look a lot better than mine. So I'm going to say all the heads are awesome. The attire is awesome. If there's anything that is missing, I would say the championship belts would really have completed the look. My one kind of gripe, I'm not a big fan of these jackets. I don't know what it is. They don't fit the greatest. You can see how it lines up on Rick over here. Also, getting them on, something with the little rings around the arms. Like my Scott Steiner, I don't know if it's a defect or what, but it was really hard to kind of like squeeze it through. And like I said, they don't feel flimsy. They feel really premium, but I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. I don't know if I'm going to keep them displayed here. And like I said in the intro of the video, I don't know how excited I was for these. I just feel like the wait was longer than expected, and it kind of like took the wind out of the sails, if that makes sense. So when they finally came, I was like, okay, they're here. I'm glad to have them, but I really wish they would have came out maybe 6 months ago. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Let me know all your thoughts and comments down below. If you are interested in grabbing this set, it is now available from ringsidecollectibles.com. That's the only place you can be able to grab it. You guys shop to use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. And I'm not saying these are bad at all. They are great figures. They're not perfect, but they are great. I think these are a must addition to your collection. Especially it's the Steiner brothers, right? We're only going to get more of them. I'm more excited for some WCW ones down the road, so we'll see what we get. Would love a big Papa Pump NWO version with the bikers and the United States Championship belt. That would be pretty awesome. But anyways, before you guys go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you again for your continued support, and I'll catch you all in the next video review.